Thursday, a friend texted me and said, "Have you seen the front page of the Stewart News today?" I replied back with a no, but quickly checked it out. Ed Killer, a longtime Stewart News reporter, wrote a piece which was entitled, "Manatees Trapped in Cold Water Get Spall Treatment." If you missed it, you really need to hear this. As a popular vortex hit Florida last weekend, a wildlife emergency unfolded in western Martin County. In the deep, dark, cold waters of the C-44 canal, about 30 manatees got trapped between Lake Okeechobee and the closed St. Lucie Lock and Dam. Because it was so warm in December and early January, the manatees had lingered in Lake O and its canals, grazing on water lettuce, hyacinth, and hydrilla, said Tom Reinert, a Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission South Regional Director. But with the freeze coming, the manatees tried to head downstream to warmer waters, wildlife officials presumed, but found their path blocked by the lock, from which all the water had been drained for a routine maintenance and cleaning project. The water temperature in the canal was 63 degrees. Anything below 68 degrees can harm the warm-blooded mammals. The FWC partnered with the Army Corps of Engineers and the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service to find a solution to prevent the manatees from dying from hypothermia. The saga began when the lock project's contractors, Protected Species Observer, notified the Army Corps that a group of manatees was trying to move east. On January 20th, the FWC dispatched a manatee rescue team to capture the manatees on the west side of the lock and relocate them on the east side. They caught 2 of them, both large manatees, perhaps pregnant females, and they were moved to the other side of the lock and released into the St. Lucie River, Reinert said. A few days later, one with distinct markings was seen nearly 90 miles south at Port Everglades, Reinert said. This is the part of the story where my heart sunk. But before I tell you why, let's read a little more of the story. However, the team determined that the plan wasn't feasible for the rest of the manatees. Capturing them in the C-44 canal, which is 20 foot deep and has tan and dark colored water, could endanger and stress the manatees. Plus, lifting them out of the water and placing them back could be dangerous and no small feat. You would have thought that they would have figured that out before they moved the 2. On January 26, the agencies decided to create a temporary warm water spall called a refugia, which will remain in place until the lock project is complete. The $467,000 spall involves a boom cording off Hog Creek, a small tributary near the lock at the north side of the canal. 4 large boilers, each of which can heat 3,000 gallons of water per minute to temperatures between 80 and 90 degrees. 2 pumps plus a backup that can move 450 gallons of water per minute into the refugia. So let's summarize. They separated 2 large females from their herd. Let that sink in a minute. The closest relative to the manatee is the elephant. We know that elephants and manatees live and travel in family groups with the female matriarchs in charge. These are generally the mothers of the entire herd. They have all the knowledge of when and where the herd needs to move to get food, and in this case, where to go to keep warm. Without their knowledge, this herd is doomed. We also know that elephants and manatees feel sadness and have motherly instincts similar to humans. So separating a manatee from its young would be just as devastating as if you'd done it to a human. So let's get back to what made my heart sink. On May 6, 2021, I videotaped a herd of manatees in Lake Okeechobee near the locks at Port Mayaca. I hovered over these manatees for 30 minutes. There was a large female with distinct markings. It had boat prop marks all across its back, just like the one in this story. The shocking thing is that every time it came to the surface for a breath of air, it had a baby clinging to its side. If this is the same manatee, then the FWC separated a mother and possibly a nursing baby. Unbelievable. I would like to think that the FWC is not intentionally killing our wildlife, but it is getting harder and harder to believe otherwise.